Hello, my name is Kristen Gentry in class HIM 5370, and I will be speaking to you regarding my article presentation on Solve the Puzzle of EHR Implementation Budgeting. Background information on the adoption of EHRs. The adoption of EHRs has been relatively slow. All healthcare organizations must adopt an EHR system in order to be in compliance with the HITECH Act. Due to the HITECH Act, which provides incentives to providers to adopt an EHR system, which is expected to increase adoption worldwide in healthcare. How to budget an EHR system implementation has been a challenging issue to many CFOs of healthcare organizations. The following presentation will show you a mock example of what the budget should look like in several steps. How much should be budgeted for the EHR implementation? What is a budget? A budget is a broad concept that includes the operating budget, capital budget, and cash budget. Cost of an implementation system vary due to the size and complexity of operations, implementation strategy, and the suite of services being implemented. Recent studies show that implementation of an EHR system roughly costs approximately $120,000 per physician. Therefore, a capital budget must be prepared for a EHR implementation project. How to prepare an EHR implementation budget, step by step. The first step is the project budget baseline must be set. The project baseline budget is often difficult to provide and create due to the price of each item that can vary greatly depending on quality, negotiation, and business relations. This slide is an example of a project budget laying out all supplies needed for the implementation project. A technique used during this project budget layout is analog, meaning the same as the last time. This is often used to help estimate building and office remodeling cost. Then it shows you the total to be $511,000. The second step is estimating the cost for each project element. Clarify the line items of cost between budget and cost-benefit analysis. The CEO must conduct a cost-benefit analysis of the project. Costs of project implementation are different from those in a cost-benefit analysis. What is a cost-benefit analysis? Costs include hardware, software, implementation, training, maintenance, shift changes, overhead for training, and productivity loss. The third step is aggregating all cost. Costs associated with human resources are the biggest and most important spendings in a project. A lot of people don't realize that. A project team is established to implement the project along with a project manager. Average salary for a project manager is roughly around $110,000 to $130,000. Next, the CFO estimates costs associated with supplies, including all hardware supplies. The fourth and final step is revising the budget to meet the budget baseline. The next few slides will show examples of the administrative budget, first drafted budget, and then the revised draft budget. This slide shows you an example of the administrative implementation budget. Note you can see the subtotal was $420,000. This slide shows you an example of an EHR first draft project budget. Note that the total budget for the project comes out to $573,220. Remember, a budget is a plan and a plan can always be modified. This slide shows you the EHR revised draft project budget. Note how much has changed in the budget for the project. The amount has decreased to $551,220. The revised EHR implementation budget is under the budget baseline. It can be submitted to the CEO or the administrative committee to be revised and approved. A budget revision can be very difficult during preparation. The CFO often has tried his or her best to minimize the cost and maximize the outcomes. In closing, this article lays out a perfect example of how to prepare an EHR implementation budget within the hospital setting. The same methodology can be used in a clinical or physician setting. The CFO must adjust project baseline depending on the number of practicing physicians in the clinical office. Here's my reference that I use for this presentation. Thank you for your time. Have a great day.